explain later. But help me wake up Abe and Trudy. We need to get off this train.
Alright, let's go look at it. Damn it! Those demons got in on me.
Not now. Just get the others and be ready.
You are so in for it, you evil monster.
No, I am afraid you are in for a idea. Soon Big Gulch will be all ashes. And its sins erased, and you shall be experiencing your own punishment. Vile temptress.
Oh, I'm sick of this. Hi-ya!
Oh,
Whoa, horses, whoa!
you vile witch, it shall be the Krampus for you.
Oh, no, it won't! The judgment is on you! Smokey is coming for you! On Goliath!
No, not again.
It's Smokey.
You son of a bitch trying to kill my mom and dad! My friends! You rat! No good! Smokey, take it easy!
Come on, Smokey. Chucky, grab some rope and let's knock him out. I'm not coming near that demon. No way.
Chucky, there is no such things as demons. I got it.
All right, let's get him in the wagon and back to Big Gulch. Yes, Krampus, we're going to show you how your evil plans have failed.
There's still, what, about 8 minutes left?
No one, how things up here.
You can't tell on there.
It's
Stay there now,
4:32.
we should be fine. Slow it down, stop
Oh, it was
it.
an hour and
Yeah.
Check that map.
12 minutes and started at 27 after.
Fires up ahead. Look back. Give me a hand, John.
All right, here, Daddy boy. And this time I don't break it.
Can we ever just have
And this time I don't break it.
Well, that's great work, Dan. You drive like an elf.
By the way, I just started the live stream, so people could be watching us watching ourselves. Ishkabibble.
You shall not harm this city. Come out with your hands up to surrounded. Donald, it's us. Matt, Clark, and Fred. It's all safe. We've got control of the train here.
Oh, how wonderful. I have the townsfolk come out here with bonfires on the tracks and more in case the train did not stop.
Good job, Lydia.
We are. Where's Buck?
I assumed he would be with you. He took May, Smokey, and the Nancy boys to free you.
That must have been the gunfire we heard when we got put on the train. I'm with the mayor, Daisy, Abe, Trudy, Pog, and Dan.
Then how did you get control of the train?
Let's just say we had some special help.
I debated making that black and white, but I wanted the color.
More action than I've seen in over a century. You're fucking there with me. Oh, I don't want. Do that again if you're on the naughty list permanently. What is that? Yes, it's Santa.
And elves.
Santa's elves are real?
We aren't Santa's elves. We don't work for that.
No one, do it your way off. Oh, no.
I cut that too quick. He was supposed to say, "We don't work for that fat son of a..."
What about this?
And then he interrupts. "Oh, could you just stop that mowing?"
Smokey and his friends took the Nancy boys to find her.
We're here. And we've got Lil and the Krampus.
Oh, Matt, I am so glad to see you and the others all right. This evil bitch.
Wow, Captain, you should all be dead. You most certainly are not the purpose. He died a long time ago, and looks nothing like you. He ruined my special day, and now he's trying to ruin Christmas Eve. You are so on my naughty list once I find out who you are.
Oh, I know who he is.
You do?
Yeah.
The toy maker.
We figured it out with all the clues. When you take off the mask, you will find out it is none other than Reverend Billy Saltine.
Robert Saltine? You sick?
No more of this. But how? I met the Gahan right after you kicked me out of Dow. After inundation with this special recipe, I realized I was not a man of the prophet previous to reveal sin, but a prophet, a demon to punish and destroy it and burn it down. His surviving slaves easily fell into their new roles. Big Gulch is a den of sin and must be punished. Reverend Saltine, hold on a second. Yep, you've been on the naughty list for years. And now I would have gotten away with it too if not for these meddling kids. Alright, okay, Dan, grab him and let's get him back to Big Gulch. Gong, have your friend help get his minions off that train as well. Well, this is another not Big Gulch I won't forget.
Oh, Schmucky, your Otto and I are so proud of you again. Come, it looks like the Christmas show will not happen this year, but we should celebrate this.
I agree. But this opium
Bit of
fog
Scooby-Doo.
has me dizzy. Let's get everybody back to town.
Santa, we all want to thank you and the 3 L's for all your help. Would you like to come and celebrate with us? I can't! It's Christmas Eve in parts of the world already! I need to get going! This has delayed me too long as it is!
Once again, we are indebted to you, Matt. Call us when you need us. Hey, Fatso, can we get a ride? It's late for us, too.
No way, could you please don't? I will give you a quick ride when this holiday is past. I want to come back and discuss a business merger, a partnership.
Really? You're not playing one of your games?
Yes, I'm getting old and the words get too big to get this done.
All right, fellas, let's go. Mr. Claus is giving us a ride.
Mr. Claus, you know, sudden change after last year's episode and this year's
know.
episode.
That's the story of train for a change.
Yes, I guess that is another thing to be grateful for, Dan.
Hey, you! Come back here! Come back here!
Hey, what's going on over there?
Tom Sornet, that Reverend Saltine just broke free. He grabbed one of our torches from Joey Bill and is heading to the train.
There's dynamite on it. Stop him. Hang on! I got this! Been a while since I used one of my magic
Zoinks!
Santa, no! Wait, that's incendiary! Shit, get down, everybody!
You can't have a Matt Clark show or series without a train being blown up.
Yep.
Sorry, been a while. I missed and hit the locomotive instead.
Matt! Did Santa Claus just...
Yes, Dan. Santa just blew up the train.
We're not fixing that one. On the bright side, Krampus is dead. Again. Oh, for Pete's sake, not again. Oh, fine.
All right, folks, we will tend to it. Me, already on it. Over here, Bucky Boo.
Mom? Dad? Can we all just go home now?
Oh, Matt, no Christmas pageant. And we were supposed to get married tomorrow. But
Her name was
nothing
McGill.
was chaos.
She called herself Lil. For everyone knew her is Nancy.
I expect everybody promptly at the Filthy Glass Saloon tomorrow morning. Daisy, Madame Locke, I need your help.
Oh, Silas, you have a
Beam in your eye.
I don't
Think I'm gonna lie.
And on today, Christmas Day, the most special day of the year, I can think of no greater gift. Nothing more special than for two people to pronounce their love for each other and get married. So by the powers vested in me by the town and county Big
Gulch,
and by whatever state
state
we
we're
are in,
in,
I pronounce you Awesome Matt Clark, and you, Miss Lil McGill, husband and wife. Sir, you may now kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Marshal and Mrs. Clark.
Yeah. Quiet weddings.
Well,
So do I.
Billy, you simply cried a lot of all. Oh, well,
You suddenly cried a lot at ours.
I hope to be so lucky someday. I'm sure it will happen, Daisy.
oh, it will.
So the people on
You pick a date.
YouTube watching the live stream are watching us watch a different live stream.
Oh, premiere.
Premieres, same idea. Same thing, only different.
You are the most amazing.
Except I'm not seeing the chat on that live stream because I'm watching this one.
Come to the big Gulch and spend that
With my computer, I could have it up on different ones, but with this laptop, it's all on one window.
Just begun. We are
Suppose I could have plugged in one more monitor here
wedding reception
and tried to work it, but
is the one and only Rusty
twanger. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I came back to Big Gulch for a Christmas show, and now I get to sing at a wedding, too. I am truly honored. I have just reworked one of my classics. Forgive me if the words are a little rough. There first Noel,
The cowpokes did say, joined here now together on this Christmas day, and here where they'll stay are Matt, Clark, and Lil on a Christmas adventure when even Santa kills. My favorite line. Maybe my favorite line in the whole damn series or show. Noel, no.
blessed to have witnessed this here crazy tale. Thank you, Rusty and Lil, the Nancy boys, and all you folks who helped make this another amazing Christmas here in Big Gulch. But now for our grand finale. Mr. Dalt from Adult Books and Toys has announced that there will be a half-off sale at his shop tomorrow all day. All right. Before we bring out the grand feast presented by the Donner Family Restaurant. All right. Enough of that. Let's all join together for one last song to end this party and show.
Deck the halls with holly,
We now are gay apparel. La 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 la. See the blazing fury for us. La 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 la.
The chorus. Okay. Follow me in merry measure. Of Daisy's treasures. Oh, Your Honor.
Appropriate for this season.
oh, but smoking
Okay, she's the gift that keeps on giving.
those are the best kind. La, 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 la.
Sunglasses. La
Did her
la
house,
la la.
I think.
Is all together. I mean, no matter how much I worked this, it was not going to be as classic as last year's We Wish You a Merry Christmas. But it's cute enough, but it's just, it wasn't going to top last year's.
Was it? Do you have something in the credits?
Oh, I just like people to see the credits and the tributes.
Okay. Yeah. better it's clean and streets swept by.
Yeah, well, I get all my credits in there.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so now we log off that, and now we can go live here, which makes it harder to follow. Let me put this over here.
142.
All right, here we are.
$142, right?
Whoops.
Live feed
How did that change
142.
cameras on me? Oh, because I moved it, right. Yeah, I gotta change camera here. All right. Oopity doop. So add video capture device.
Well, you have 9 likes. But I
Add
don't think anybody's in
existing.
here.
Yeah. Add existing Acer cam. Okay, so I should pop up right there. There I am. And then there we are, you and me.
Okay.
You don't have your own camera this time.
I
Sorry,
don't.
dear.
Hi, guys.
But at least you can follow the chat.
moving.
Click the arrow on your chat.
Hmm?
Click the arrow on your
Yeah, I
chat.
was looking to see what
Oh, okay.
everybody was saying. I know what I'm doing.
Hey everybody, how are you? Merry Christmas. All of you who have been waiting. A lot of people came in here at 2 o'clock because I started trying to set this up. I am on my laptop computer. I plugged in all my cameras to see which ones I could get to work. Some of my cameras are Windows 11 only cameras, so they don't like Windows 10, which is what my laptop uses. Some of my cameras fight with each other when they're sharing a port, because for anybody who's watching my OBS, this is one of the issues. When you share a port, sometimes the computer can't, OBS through the computer can't read which camera do you want. The computer reads all the cameras, but OBS gets its information from the computer and can't figure out. So obviously I couldn't do all my cameras, although I have been live for 20 minutes, although I've just started talking here. Some people have been watching Joyce and me watch the last 10 minutes.
Apparently I've been yawning for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. 20 minutes. Yeah, because, I started it 18 minutes ago. I guess I should go in and say hello to everybody who is here as people come in. But here we go. Hey, Eric at ANC Railroad and Scale and Life Journey is here. Nice to have you, Eric. Bernie from Crossways Point Junction. I was combining words there. Welcome in. I'm sure you're wondering what the hell that was you just stepped into over on my premiere. Digger Evans is here. Cyan from GWR Buckley Junction is here. Andy the Hot Dog Pilot. Jean Ricard is here. Kyle Stevens. Andrew from March West Junction. Dino from Model Railway Shed, Ewan the Growler, Joseph Agliato just popped in, Tim JD and Tom Couples. Convenient that they're at the bottom of my chat list, because those two guys are, along with Joseph Agliato, are pillars of this talk. They've been here since early on in the beginning, and they've never wavered. They are always here. So awesome to have you guys, along with guys like Andrew at March West Junction and that. So anyhow, for many of you, and the biggest thing is about half of you are new people. You have joined my channel within the last couple of months, and I'm very grateful, because not only did you join the channel, I have been amazed. My ego has been stoked a bit, because I have gone on to other people's pages because somebody mentioned them. And so I go on one of their videos, and I'll read the comments before I comment on it and decide whether I'm going to subscribe or not. And somebody has commented, somebody like this one person was talking about doing a live stream, and somebody that is in the chat today posted on them. They're like, oh, well, you've got to go to Anthony Dodge's live stream. And another person said, yeah, it's the best one out there. Now, I don't think my live stream is the best, but that I have people that feel that way is it's very humbling. Hey, there's Malvern Junction and Clive and Kyle have all come in. Edward from Happy Valleys. I do want to take a couple of moments. Like I said, my main computer had a problem that developed. And what happened is the heat sink, which connects to, it helps, it's a water-cooled heat sink, but it still connects above the processor. And this company, because the guy who built my computer, the shop he runs, they're only allowed to use in stock or things they order from their distributors. So the thing is, their heat sink they have is a middle of the road average quality one, and he really wanted better, but his boss would not let him order a better quality one because of the cost. And so he put the standard one size fits all in it. And there is a sponge foam pad that it sits on. But to hold the pad in place, the heatsink has a bunch of small little metal hooks. And what happened is when they put it on and then screw it in and tighten it up, two of the hooks, as the computer settled into place at my house and the weight of the heatsink kind of pushed down a little bit on the bottom, two of those hooks pushed in and they were shorting out my motherboard. So I could get it started, but if I turned it off, it would not restart.
Yeah.
And my son-in-law, who's a bit of an IT guy, was looking at going, it's a short problem. Originally, they thought it was a power supply problem, but they finally sorted it out. Unfortunately, the guy that built my computer is on vacation until New Year's.
We have the new part.
We bought the new part. I went out and bought the new part.
Put it in if we get the new part.
And
so.
they charged me nothing, and because it was under warranty, they charged me nothing. But he said we could still run into the same problem if we just put a new heat sink in, but it's the only one we carry. Mm-hmm. He says, but if you want my advice, nudge, nudge, get this one.
Right.
So I've got it, and a new Topa or something like that it's called. Anyhow, I am not watching the chat. I'm yakking, trying to say hi to everybody.
Did you say hi to everybody?
A couple more people may have come in, but I think I caught Malvern Junction and all those people.
What's going on?
Dude, my OBS controls are freezing up a bit. There it goes. There's the chat. Yeah, well, so anyhow, before we get going with my limited live stream today, this has become a tradition. This is only the second year in a row I did it, where we had the Matt Clark Christmas special. Now, many of you, as I was saying, and then everybody started coming in, many of you are not familiar with Matt Clark. Matt Clark is a cartoon I do. Actually, I don't want to call it a cartoon, because cartoons have animation to them. It is a vocalized comic strip. It is a comic strip with voices. And it started on one of my live streams over 2 years ago as a Randall Ellison and I were joking around about stuff, and everybody else was joking. We were talking TV shows, and Randall happened to ask, did you ever see Tales of the Century with Matt Clark, Railroad Detective? And I just said that sounded like a funny name, and I started making jokes in stream about it, and I just couldn't stop making jokes, and I went to make a silly little quick 4-minute video, which turned into a 14, I forget how many episodes, 17 episodes. Season 1 is 17 because season 2 is 23. 17 episode series, series 1. And then that ran in the spring of 2021, from January to May of 2021. And then I stopped. Okay, I'm done. And then I got the bug to write some more, and I came up with a Christmas special, which we did last year as our Christmas show. And that we loved doing. We had a blast doing that one. And by that time I was writing a series 2. The problem is I had too many plots for series 2, and I wound up trying to squeeze them all into one storyline. But be that as it may, we did a series 2. And then we followed up now with our second Christmas special. And I mean, it's too early for me to tell. I still think the last year's Christmas special was too perfect. There's no way we could replicate it. And that's why, as I wrote this, actually, I had trouble writing this because I didn't want this to be basically a repeat of last year's. I didn't want this to be just a repeat of last year's. It had to be a totally different feel and totally different vibe to it. And that, Joyce actually helped prod me along with a lot of the plot. I probably should have given her some credits in the credits. Yeah, a lot of people like Daisy. But again, if you're not familiar with Matt Clark, you don't understand Daisy. Daisy is she is a sex kitten, but she also is one of the biggest and baddest gunslingers in the Old West. She plays a sex kitten.
She has many talents.
She has many talents. But she started off as a villain in Series 1, but towards the end of Series 1, she realized that the reason she was a villain was wrong. What's that?
Andy, the
best possible taste. But, yeah, it's hard to explain all those characters. I tried to do it on the notes for that premiere. I don't know if people ever read the notes, but I tried to explain the series for anybody who's never seen the series before. But yeah, I do. We had a couple of people who apparently didn't know that was me. Yeah, Joyce and I do all of that. I do all the voices, including Miss Donalot. And then Joyce does all the other female characters. Yeah, because Joyce can't get her voice up there.
No, well...
Joyce doesn't do accents. If you haven't figured that out by now, Joyce can't do accents.
Not at all. It's quite a struggle. It's why I read Madame Lots... Or no.
Hey, Kieran's here. How are you, Kieran?
Trudy's voice so slowly because I'm trying to get the accent right.
And I usually give people credit in the credits. I know my name appears a lot in the credits, but I just do that partially as a joke. But they're also true. I write this. I do all the work myself. Joyce does the voices. I say, Joyce, here's your lines.
Okay. Yeah.
Joyce, here's your lines. Read them. Mm-hmm. But in the creation process, I will throw ideas off of her and have her respond and give me feedback. But this was unique to her because normally I read every scene to her, every show to her. Mm-hmm. I read it and then ask her what she thinks. But I was so uptight and she was working and I was writing this through the day while she wasn't here when I wasn't watching Cayenne. And I was just pressuring because I never felt a good plot line until about a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel a good plot line until about a week and a half ago. And I finally, just in a massive 2-day binge, just wrote everything. And I actually cut a bunch out. This would have been a 2-hour movie, which I didn't want to do, so I cut some scenes out that I may rewrite into Series 3. But the thing is, I don't like the for example, Andy was talking about he didn't catch the names being Andy from March West Junction was saying he didn't catch the name. Well, I didn't want you to necessarily catch it, although Dwight Curley made a Scooby comment very early on, right after the first time the names went through. But I never I don't want it to just be that blatant allegory. I don't want it to be that blatant. It was nice. It took a lot of work to set that joke up that it was the Scooby Gang. But it really was just to set up that joke at the end and then just create the names. Mm-hmm. But names are always a double meaning. Like the priest. Father Just-in-Time. He's Father Time pun. But he's also Just-in-Time. So Ted was I didn't want to give them the actual Scooby character name. So it was Fred in the cartoon, so Ted, but his name is Ted Talks, as in the TED Talk series on social media. And then Thelma Louise. Thelma is close to Velma, but also I was playing on the movie Thelma and Louise. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rick and Pauline are here. How are you? Merry Christmas to everybody. We did use Christopher from Chris Whittingham as Santa Claus. Decided to do it.
Yep.
It was kind of fun and actually kind of heartbreaking to do it.
Mm-hmm. He looks so good.
And we did. You know, there's so many people like Al at Layton Junction, our buddy Roger at St. Blazey's. They've all lost. So many people have lost very close loved ones. I have obviously lost the last of my best friends, closest friends. Joyce lost a brother. I've lost friends from YouTube, from work. Many of you have lost people, and I hate to say it, but even though I retired and had a great trip to the United Kingdom, and Joyce and I have had a lot of good things happen. Overall, 2023 has been a sucky, stressful, unhappy year, and we just wanted to go out with a laugh.
Who was Smokey?
Who was Smokey? Well, that's great if you liked it, even though it's your first time, because the characters all develop, and there are Easter eggs, as we call them in the biz. There's both things we do in... You gotta go rescue your cookie dough, cookies, or whatever you're baking. Yeah, I'm sorry, 2022 was a sucky year. Sorry about that. Yeah, 2022 was a sucky year. Hopefully 2023 will be better. I don't want to jinx 2023 there. But yeah, I babbled enough. So I have a few cameras working. So I have a few bits I can show. I've got 5 cameras that are actually working. And I will run some trains. I am running all my steamers today. I usually call this Steamerpalooza, but I may have to do a retake on it. Because... we just did not have the chance to really put it all together with my computer being out. And I spent 3 hours down here, even working while watching the premiere. I was working down here trying to see what cameras could I get set up, and just... My computer can only handle so many cameras. This was the best arrangement. There's a couple of cameras that don't want to work that I would have liked to have worked. I would have liked the station view, but it is what it is, my friends. I'm sorry about that. I would love to have this in 12 camera view. Now this Emma has got to get going. There you go. Come on, Emma, get going. So I didn't do my introductions. Actually, the Brayman is there. I just moved the camera to give sort of... I really wanted the overhead camera from that side of the table. And I just could not get it to work with the laptop and all the other computers, because I'm doing what I tell you not to do in OBS. I have 2 multi-taps plugged in and a bunch of cameras plugged in, and only so many cameras would work. And a couple of them block each other. For example, the camera that I call the Joyce cam, if I use that camera, then the 11 lane view wouldn't work. If I used the 11 lane view, then the Joyce cam wouldn't work. I decided I wanted the 11 lane view. I've got 2 more trains to get moving, so you're going to have to bear with me here. Yep, that's you, dude. Get going. Get going. Oh, apparently he doesn't want to move. Arrgh. Ooh. He doesn't want to go right now. Oh well. But yeah, live streaming from my laptop, not fun. Oh, did Emma stop going too? Rats, I had her going. Come on, Emma. Emma's got a small pickup, so if there's a dirty area there. Well, genre card, there's a lot of me in all the characters. Now, as I write all the characters, how much of Joyce is in those characters? Probably a lot there too. There's probably a lot there. I'm so used to running this on 3 computer monitors that running it on one is just insane. What did I just hear? Huh. That was not a good sound to hear. I actually have a British 00, but again, my layout is Hey Raymond, how are you? No, I don't, Edward. I don't have a steam powered. But Malvern. Okay, that's what I heard. Who did what? That's what I heard. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days, kids.
What happened?
Trains. One of these stupid platform canopies fell over, and so it took out a train, which took out another train, which knocked out another plat. Oh my gosh. So yeah, everybody got knocked off here, and it caused a reboot on my system. Yeah, this is just not my day today, not my week. Don't have to do that. Oh, and that was the problem. It's this Emma. Now that didn't happen in the test run, but clearly it's an issue. Emma is knocking everything over. But she derailed everybody. Joyce, I could use a hand if you had one available. Literally, it was a domino effect. Every train got derailed. And not having all my cameras on, I couldn't see what happened. That's the problem with that, Emma. Sorry guys, that Emma decided to take Okay. Now I got to find out who still sorted out wrong. And we just lost the system again. This is turning into a disaster, my friends. Hang on. My system's rebooting again. Who went off this time? Okay, you're good. You're good. Okay, it was you still. Sounding better. How about that? First time I run fall steamers other than last January, and it's fall gone haywire. Well, no, like I said, Emma, I forgot those stupid wide headlights, and she went through the first time all right, but apparently second time through she clipped one of the, but she's rebooted the system.
Oh.
So everything is sort of manically out of control right now. Nah, I can't get her to slow down now. Everybody's running.
What's that? Oh, they're going too fast?
Yeah, I can't get them to. It's not responding to commands. It is going at warp speed and not responding to commands.
Oh, that's weird. That's better, I think. Is it?
Nope.
No, still going fast. Oh. Used to? So anyway, somebody asked about the temperature. We were -2 all afternoon. And we have warmed up to a balmy 0 now. Are my cookies any good? My cookies are always good, Sean. But actually what I made today was, I made the dough for the roll cookies, the sugar cookies, and they have to sit in the refrigerator overnight.
Oh, that's why. I was being stupid, dear.
What's the matter? Wrong one?
Yeah, I was trying to control the wrong train.
Well, it's done.
He was
for
still
you.
juiced up. Yeah. Yeah, the Christmas train.
Yeah. Now it's all set.
Yeah, he's going. And Emma's going.
Is Emma actually HO?
She's made for HO, but she's not HO scale.
Right.
She's a kiddie thing. Yeah, my
Yeah.
648's not running. I don't know why.
Huh. Yeah, so Emma's sort of HO scale. She's doing all right. She just was too wide for the...
Yeah, the platform. She
platform.
caught the platform.
Mm-hmm. She's okay next to the other trains, though. That's the most important thing, of course. I guess. After she knocked everybody else. Whose face was used for Smokey? That is Train Freak Jr.'s. That's Train Freak Jr. It's Train Freak's kid.
Yeah, that's Smokey's face is Jason the Train. Most of the pictures are just taken randomly from
No, Emma's stuff.
image sites. Yeah, okay.
Well-
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. You know, and live streams, of course, you never know what's going to happen. But as you know, Anthony is way off his game here, being off of his main computer. But
Well, it's that, but because I was working on trying to set up the live feed, I didn't run all the trains at the same time to see if there would be a problem. I test ran each one individually real quick, did a couple laps, said,
Right.
okay, they're good, instead of, okay, run everybody together and see if something... But like the 648 there is not running, and I
Yes.
don't know
Oh,
why.
well, it's got to be better than -2. I don't know.
Hey, Kiwi Dave, how are you? Randall Ellison, there you are. And I'm...
Our son who's living in Columbus would like to get
Oh,
his
it's
way up to
operator's
Toledo.
fault. It's my fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's not the computer's fault. It's not anybody's fault but mine. But my fault is that I have had too many things I was trying to do at once. Because
Yeah.
I really wanted to live stream with trains running because I was going to do Steamerpalooza. Since I now have 4 steam locomotives, although Mallard's not running. So I spent all day. What's that? What, the Fowler car system?
Yeah. What's your opinion of the Fowler car system, Anthony?
Yeah, that's actually a harder question to answer than you would think.
That's why Anthony hasn't progressed on his layout, is because of the Fowler car system. Sucked his soul.
If you
That's
put it in
what
and it's
gets
work,
you
my
mad.
thing with the Fowler car system is if you put it in and it's working, don't touch it.
All right.
Don't try to upgrade it. Don't try to make it better, because that's where I went
Right.
horribly
We
wrong.
have new parts and too many ideas still of how to fix it. Oh, that sucks, Randall.
Why is this not working on my laptop? I'm gonna redo it.
Yes, he has. The
Who
new
did
Beatles
what?
album cars from Warrenby.
Yeah, I've got them. That was my birthday present
That
from
was
Joyce.
Birthday, yeah. Are they down here?
Yeah, they're over behind. Well, actually, next to you.
Yeah, they are. Oh, pretty cool. He's got quite a collection back there now.
Yeah, I just
You
want
know,
to.
I also had a Beatles train.
Oh, there he
to look
goes.
at.
Now he's working.
Right. Well, sort of.
That's probably what the problem was. The
Oh.
controller he was
Did you
on
change
needed
directions?
rebooting.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
gotcha.
going. We're good now. Yay,
Alright.
yay team.
Hey, they're all rolling.
And are the lights on the one Rheingold? I mean, that Rheingold, the lights are automatically on, but the other one you have to turn them on. That guy over there, yes. Looks
Yes,
like they're
they
on
are.
from here.
Yep, they are.
All right, so finally everything's normal and nothing's crashed. So how's everybody now? Yeah, because we're, you know, you're looking this way like and reading the chat. We're this way. Did I see Nancy came in?
Yeah,
Hi,
came
Nancy.
in. She asked you about your advent calendars.
Well, yeah, there are so many things I
put
wanted to
together.
talk about. There are so many things I really wanted to talk about.
I'm very busy, but this is my Daisy voice, as you guys probably understand. So please hit the like button, everyone.
I'm glad I bought the Fowler and Noak Advent Calendar things. I'm glad I did. I had fun doing the videos, and I had a lot of fun with the banter, especially once the chainsaw thing became a
That was
running
crazy how many chainsaw things
silliness.
were there.
But I enjoyed it. I guess the biggest disappointment it wasn't the figures themselves. Yes, I got tired of the chainsaw guys, but I made it a bit of fun, you know, the last few things, and maybe,
You
you know.
tell Rick to look out.
But it was the first 7 days, 8 days got 120, 130, 140 views, and the last few days got 60 views. It's like people say, all right, I'm bored with this, and stopped watching.
Yeah.
Now, I know a core group of you were watching every one,
And it was nice, too.
and it was great. And like I said, I enjoyed the banter. But a lot of people obviously got bored with it, like, okay, it's the same thing every day, I'm not watching anymore. And so that makes me wonder if I would bother doing the series again. You guys would have to tell me if you want that series. Because I did it. It was Richard Brown.
I was going to say, and I guess if Richard Brown does it again next year, you don't have to.
Yeah. Richard Brown at Trains in the Attic asked me to do it when he saw that I was buying them because he didn't buy them this year.
Thanks, Nancy. Ooh.
Yeah, you hear that sound and then you go, what was that? And you got to watch any cord going over.
Right. Well,
But I had the floor camera working on, I had the floor cam working on, did it get unplugged?
What did I buy?
The floor cam. The floor cam.
Oh, I don't know. It's okay from here. Maybe I can leave it.
Well, it's this one here. But yeah, it all of a sudden stopped working. And I had it working.
You're not running the train anyway.
Yeah, well.
I don't know unless you put the fire on the platform.
So, that was. Oh, it's not even giving a. Yeah, unfortunately, the floor cam isn't working. I had it working earlier, but something I got working. See, this is the.
We'll be back in business next week, maybe.
Hopefully, next Friday I'll have my new old setup back or my old new setup back.
Coming in. It wasn't until
But yeah, this again. If you're just coming in, this is not my computer. This is it's my computer. It's my laptop.
Right.
So I cannot add all the cameras in. But I also can't pick and choose which cameras to use.
You can do a little bit.
I could a little bit. I had to make a choice between the 11 lane cam and this cam. The Joyce cam. I decided to go with the 11 lane cam because that's, the one where you really get to see.
Just walk and log in.
Oh, he just lost a car over there.
Well, technically
He lost 2. Yeah, Emma lost 2. What is going on? Why? All right, we'll just have to stop Emma too. Something clicked and derailed. I don't know if they're catching. They must be
I
catching.
think they're maybe catching the side of the
Yeah,
side of the platform.
They make specific wagons.
Yeah, but your wagons fit all right. It's Emma.
Yeah, the wagons are going through all right.
Yeah, it's Emma.
And that's hitting it. All right, well, we'll just have to
Better
turn
just
Emma off.
sit there.
Yeah. Well, I took the, so we could put the presents around the tree. I took everything but the track down
Yeah, I saw it.
because I wanted to run the Christmas tree. I wanted to get the, I wanted to get the steamers on these working too. But we'll just take Emma off. For the tightness of some of my track areas. All right, let's see. Is everybody happy now? Sorry, Emma, you just weren't meant for my layout.
Night, Leighton.
All right, well, speaking of which, there's Al. Merry Christmas to you, Al, at Layton Junction. And Eric, yeah, it would kick your butt.
Yikes.
I really want to keep Joyce out of the picture. What do you mean? Actually, I was going over there and messing with trains, and you were just seeing nothing for a bit. But yeah, it's so for all those that say my live streams always run smoothly. It's Christmas, and 2022 is not going to let me go. Speaking of which, somebody died on the. That's the worst thing in the world. It's spinning, but it's not going. The Christmas train is having trouble getting up the hill.
Oh, wow.
Where's my shtick?
Is it not very, is it not strong?
Well, we stopped the live stream.
Gotcha. So just where it was, it didn't have any momentum.
Right,
Okay, gotcha.
going up the incline. It handles the incline all right,
Gotcha.
but I stopped it on the incline and at a point.
Yeah.
There, that's... Let's see, I wanted to see if the steam would work on this one. Stop it when it comes around here.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
With those cards?
I'll get it. Is this it? No, that's the conductor. There's that. Where is the...
Where's my...
Is it in one of these? Okay, it's not in there. There it is. Gonna add a little, or shoot a little cocaine, one or the or heroin, one or the other. I want to see if I can get it to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That is getting some in it. The thing is, you can't overfill.
Oops.
Did it again. That happened last year, remember? I had to dump it out into a bowl.
Yeah.
Stupid thing. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going for here. And let's... If it works, it'll take a couple of minutes. I think you also have this, it's like activated with the sound too. I've got them going fast. But if I turned all their chugging sounds on,
It would be noisy.
if you like steam engine sounds, here you go. All right, Nancy. Yeah, it's pronounced Soita. Soita. I know how to pronounce it. Zoita. With a Z. Zoita. TH in German is pronounced like a soft T in English. A palatalized T. Zoita. Is it smoking? I didn't see it smoking. Nope, I'm not seeing it.
No, I don't see it smoking. Do you have to toot? Oh, maybe.
Because the other one should smoke too, but I think I burned it out. I overfilled it one time. I don't know how I'm going to get that needle out of there.
Over at the end of the branding table, we'll do. Okay.
That's probably why I did that quick chug noise. Yeah, all three of my steam locos that are currently running should be able to do steam. I just haven't bought the I haven't bought the kit for what's the names? We might be buffering because I'm suddenly getting. Have you seen anything on here? I've seen a lot of companies do live Steam. Well, I'll do a proper Steamerpalooza. But I don't have the kit for the, and it's a little harder to find because it's an older kit. That the blue Rheingold, that beautiful blue Rheingold, that can also smoke, but you have to buy the insert kit for it. Well, that's just it. It wasn't overfilled. I definitely. They don't give you a milliliter. They tell you don't fill it. Did it come out yet? There it is. I hate the way this is designed. You know I'm doing this without a rag. I really need a rag. This is flammable stuff. Hint, hint. Rag. Do I have one in here? Oh, I've got a little towel here. This is flammable stuff. I don't want to be keeping it on my skin. And I have to find a funnel to put it back in the bottle. Hi, Dragon Junction. And again, for everybody joining us, my main computer is in a shop being repaired. And so I'm on my laptop trying to run as many cameras as I could get working without overloading my system. But yeah, we ran. So I wanted to run all steamers tonight. So I had 4 steamers going. Unfortunately, one of them was acting up, so I've cut it down. Obviously, I've got a diesel and an electric running as well. I need a funnel, yeah. I used to have a funnel, but I don't know what happened to it. That'll work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a little wide, but... And then we need to rinse this glass out before I ever drink out of it again. Well, I don't drink out of funnels. Hi, Artie. How are you? So yeah, I don't have nearly the cameras, nor all the cameras, nor the cameras I specifically would have liked because some just did not want to work with this laptop. So I managed to get 5 working. Well, 6 if you count the one built into the... Era 6, but I do have a couple of steamers because I got guilted into having steamers. And last year I bought the 2 main steamers you see running the laps right now, and then the other steamer is our Christmas train, the one that goes around our Christmas tree. So, no, I model Era 6, the modern era, the year 2000 to now. So I don't have any very cool 1950s, 1960s. I do have 2 steamers. They're both called Rhinegolds. Because last year I was going to buy one for Christmas. And I put a bid on one that I thought was a big winner. So, yeah, I don't have any trains from other eras other than I bought these Rhinegolds. And the reason I have 2 Rhinegolds is I was on eBay and decided these would be my birthday and Christmas present because my birthday's the 19th and Christmas, of course. And so I put a bid on one. And I had looked up the price, and it was worth $1,300, and he didn't even have a starting bid. So I put a lowball bid to start, and a very lowball bid, and it won. But I was so not expecting to win it that this blue Rheingold I've got that you see running around, the Bavarian version of the Rheingold, also showed up, and it was at a third of its normal price. It's an older one. It's from 2002. But in the collector world, it goes new for about $700. Well, this guy was asking $250, but it was a buy it now situation. So Joyce, I told Joyce, I don't think I'm going to win that really gorgeous Rheingold, but this one will work instead. And she said, all right, buy it. So I bought it. And then I won the other one. That's why I have these 2 steamers. This always comes out wrong to some people. I shouldn't say always, but to some people it does. I'm not into steamers. I look at steamers and I appreciate the engineering, the man work it took to make those things, because up until the 1900s, they were not built by machines, with preform. Men made the pipes and bent the pipes and fitted the pipes. I'm impressed and love the engineering. When I look at a steam locomotive, I'm impressed by the engineering. But as far as seeing them going by, they're not that big a deal to me. I think they do look nice. But overall, to me, one steamer looks like another steamer. And I am into modern. I am into the modern electric, specifically in Germany, the ICEs, and then the various, and that's all I know about trains is German trains. And I don't even know a lot about German trains. That's just all I know. And it's just, so no, I probably will never buy a TEE, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't have any plans. It's not something, because the whole point of my layout, the reason I'm modeling a very flat area of Germany, and the reason my station is a boring station and not some gorgeous UK or fancier German one, is because this layout is based on the part of Germany where I rode trains, or at least started my trips from, the city of Delmenhorst and then to Bremen. And I've ridden trains all over Germany now, but Delmenhorst is my German home. I'm an adopted citizen of the town of Delmenhorst, and I'm proud of that. And it's the region I know. And so this is like a lot of you guys that model those places you knew as a kid when you got into trains. That's what my model is. I'm going to turn those sounds off because they really get conflicting. I'm going to turn that off because he doesn't seem to want to get smoked. I'll turn it on, leave it on for a few minutes, see if he gets going. Yeah, eBay's a crapshoot. There's no mistaking it. eBay, but you know, eBay is eBay. You got to know what you're going for. Yes, there's going to be those guys that swoop and bid at the last second. I do it too, because everybody does it. So you wait till like 10 seconds and you throw in your bid. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. But that's the point of eBay. But so I've seen the TEEs. I've seen different iterations of it. But I've got my two Rheingolds, and I do have a Mallard. Now, you know, there's always the exception to the rule. I think the Mallard and the streamlined German trains, the A4s from the UK and the streamlined German locomotives, especially the red with white stripes and the black with white stripe ones, I don't even know what class they are. If Clive were here, maybe he knows. The German streamlined ones. But I do think those are really sharp. And I do have a Mallard down here. What's that? You're going to say adieu and leave?
I am saying adieu and leave.
All right, Joyce is taking her leave from the stream because she is baking. Euromodel Trains is selling graffiti wagons. And see, that's another thing. That again, as much as we love to say how wonderful this community is very divisive at times. I'm not into graffiti on trains or even weathering on trains. And some people get, you've got to have weathering. Well, no, you don't. You don't have to have weathering. And my model train world is a perfect world. I'm not trying to create reality. I'm trying to keep a dream. I'm trying to keep a dream I had alive. So my ICEs don't have graffiti or weathering on them. My freight cars don't have graffiti or weathering on them. It's just not anything I'm into. In fact, here's how horrible it sounds. I hate graffiti in real life. Get a piece of paper, get a piece of canvas, and do it there. Don't ruin somebody's building or car or train because you feel the need to scrawl your name in big letters. When I was a kid, it was vandalism. John Ricard, all I got for my birthday were the 4 Beetle cars. Where are the new ones? Yeah, my laptop is on a little stool I set up in front of my main table. But, Okay, you two are old. You're old. You're new. You're new. So I'll go through these real quick here. I'll go solo. But these were my birthday presents. The Beatles album wagons from Hornby, and my Mallard can pull them. But they're Beatles, so I bought them anyhow. But I got that one, Beatles for Sale. And then the Let It Be. And then Rubber Soul. And Revolver, the 4 new ones to go with the 4 old ones. And then they're releasing the last 4 later, well, in 2023 sometime. But that's what I got. Yes, I'm a Beatle maniac. I am a huge Beatles fan. And Richard from Well Chuffed Railways is a big Rolling Stones fan, and we like to give each other a little grief back and forth. It's been funny because he's done some Beatle related things and had some funny bits in his when they go to train shops. Like his wife just bought a Beatles Yellow Submarine. It wasn't Legos, but like Mega Blocks or something like that. Yellow Submarine, which I thought was really cool. I would have bought it, especially for the price she got it at, because the Legos version was whoa expensive, like a couple $100 expensive. But we have a little bit of banter. Because he says he likes the Beatles, but the Stones are better, and he's entitled to be wrong. But I like the Stones too. I don't like all the, it's not like every song the Beatles wrote was a peachy winner. But as a Beatles fan, I get mad when people compare like Street Fighting Man to She Loves You. It's like 2 years later, you got to compare time periods. But the thing I always say about Beatles is you don't have to like them. Nobody has to like the Beatles. I don't like Elvis, except for a couple of his very early albums before he became huge and then went Hollywood. I'm not a huge fan of Elvis. My mom actually met Elvis once because her brother was in the same squad. My mom has pictures of her brother and her with Elvis because Elvis was in the same barracks and squad or platoon, whichever one's the bigger one. I forget, my military history's off. But he was in the bigger one, squad, with my mom's brother. Because my mom's family was also from Tennessee, so they had a bunch of Southern boys in that group. But the thing is, I don't like Elvis's music, but I respect the influence he had. I respect the fact that there would be no Beatles without Elvis. But then there would be no Elvis without Carl Perkins and Chuck Berry, B.B. King, and all these other forgotten guys. And so the same things with the Beatles. When you look back 40, 50, 60 years after the time of the Beatles, you don't realize how much the Beatles changed music. Because there would be no Stones, there would be no Who, there would be no Pink Floyd if the Beatles didn't break through the barriers. And that's what you gotta understand. The Beatles did these things first. They had their own unique style and sound, and it's like when the Beatles did their first American tour. One of the first things they said is they will not play in a segregated venue. Okay? Elvis never made that demand. But their first 1964 tour in the United States, the Beatles said, we will not play at any stadium or venue where minorities, where black people have to sit somewhere else than white people. We will only play at integrated venues. But you know, the Beatles did something on the song I Feel Fine, which created the whole feedback phenomena that came on, including Jimi Hendrix. Without the Beatles making a mistake in the studio, the Beatles were the first group to put out an album where they said our lyrics are as important as that. They were the first group to put lyrics in the album and say what we're saying is as important as what we're playing. And so, and the Stones took their genre. This, you know, like all these groups, the Beatles took more of the rhythm and blues to pop venue. The Stones held more on to the blues part. The Beatles went more the rhythm. The Stones went the blues. But yeah, there's a lot of great Stone stuff. But they've also been around 50 years to create a lot of crap. And I don't think the Stones have done anything worth anything since Start Me Up in 1981, whenever it came out. But again, we're talking music. But, you know, I still believe Abbey Road Side 2 is the best side of rock and roll. And that's an opinion. If you don't like the Beatles, you don't like Abbey Road. I love Pink Floyd. I love The Who. I love the Kinks. I'm not a huge fan of the Beach Boys, but again, they did a lot of experimental things at the same time the Beatles, and they cross-influenced each other. The Beatles would do something on Rubber Soul, and Brian Wilson would say, I've got to do something, and you get Pet Sounds, and the Beatles hear Pet Sounds, and they come out with Revolver and Sgt. Pepper. You know, and that was the great thing about that time in music. Woo, somebody's smoking finally. There he goes. Hey, we've got... Did you see it? Let me get him caught up here real quick. He's finally smoking. Whoops, wrong one. Choo! We got a steamer steaming, everybody. Can you see it? We interrupt this rant about music to show you a steamer steaming. Get up that hill. Oh, did he stop now? He might be out already. Nope, there he goes again. I'll try to catch him. Let's see if I can catch him on the DB view. Come on, fella. I'll slow him down. There we go. He's steaming. Can you see it? The dumps. Yep. There we go. It took him a while to get it going. Oh, I love the Zombies. I love the Zombies. And sadly, they broke up right after their best album was released. They had just gone so broke. They just never made money. They finally just, Argent gave up and walked away from the band. There, we got it. That'll work. So we had steam. Yes. Like I said, I've got two locos that should steam right now, but I think I broke the one last year in January. I overfilled it, and I have tried to clean it. I have suctioned it out, I've gone in the motor and tried to clean it, but I think I overfilled it and burned it out, which is easy to do with the Märklin Zoita system. The interesting thing, Edward, is that now if you've ever used any of it, it is Zoita. So it's the same stuff. I mean, this company dominates. In fact, I was just watching an American channel earlier today, and I'm sorry, yeah, it was Steve Childers, and he got the Zoita out and to get one of his steam locomotives to smoke. He was talking about it. So yeah, it has a very faint. It's designed to not have a heavy smell, but it is a very faint, oily smell. Hey, Kyan! Kyan! Opa loves you! How you doing, my little grandson? Hi there, Kyan. So, finally, I did not even try to get the other one smoking. I probably should have, but I'll try it again when I do when I get my full computer back. But this is being done on my laptop. This is kind of how I did this last year. No, last year at this time I was using a new desktop I had just bought. But if you go back to my early live streams, I was doing them on this laptop. But no, I would disagree that it's a sharp metallic smell. It's a very faint oil smell. It's not really metallic. And as somebody who grew up working on cars, I can tell you when it's a transmission burning, when it's oil burning, when it's radiator, when it's interior transmission fluid, exterior transmission fluid, and the various other metallic smoke smells that at least you get from a car or a truck. But it's not bad at all. This is it's designed to be odorless. It'd be cool if somebody did an actual water-based one. In fact, I know somebody did one, but I think it's like O gauge. I don't think they got the tech down to HO. Yeah, Christopher, my supercomputer had an issue with the heat sink. So I had to take it to the repair shop, and two things happened. Number one, the heat sink they had is the same one that went bad, and I don't want it. So I had to order a different part, which I've got. And to make it worse, the guy that runs the shop, it's a local chain, but he runs this shop. He went on vacation, and there's nobody to replace him. So he's been gone he left town on Wednesday, and I got my part Thursday. So he won't be back, but he said that maybe somebody beginning on Monday would be in that shop, that they had just hired somebody else to help run that shop, but it's a young guy, and he didn't know if they would let him go to that shop and work or not. Well, there's Stefan Skull, my Viking friend. How are you? So yeah, I am broadcasting from the laptop. Let me let this guy get up. I want to stop him before he goes up the hill. Because it is 6 o'clock anyhow. It is 6 o'clock. I know I haven't been on this stream long because I did the other stream long, but I need to mention a couple of things before I turn this off. Okay, so let's close that out and bring this back up. Oh, I thought I just turned you off. Oh well. Anyhow, let's go to solo cam. Yeah, so Christopher, this is what Joyce and I call happy problem or first world problem. Okay, my big fancy computer's on the fritz, but I got a laptop. I've got another computer upstairs, desktop computer. I've got another laptop right next to me. It's a happy problem. I appreciate people having that kind of sympathy, but it's a happy problem. It kind of sucks because it made my live stream harder to do, but only because I couldn't show all my cameras and really let you guys see some of the trains I was running today the way I would have liked to have shown them. But in the end, it was a happy problem. Yeah, it's that time. It is 6 o'clock here. It is time for me to be bidding off. But just, I had a lot of things I wanted to say, and it's, I had some, this was clearly not a smooth live stream. I had a couple of trains acting up on me. Finally got it sorted out, and things ran smooth here the last 45 minutes. But be that as it may. But I'm glad a lot of you enjoyed the Fowler car system, the Fowler and Noak Advent calendars videos. Like I said, I don't know if I would do the series again for the pettiest of reasons, which is that as I got into the last 6 or 7, really only the people that are here now were still watching them. I went from 140 views, which is kind of low for my videos, to like 60 views the last few. So I felt like people must have been getting, this is me, it felt like people were getting bored and stopped watching. Like, yeah, it's the same old thing every day, bored. But I enjoyed the people that bantered and were guessing, and the jokes, the suggestions about what to do with the chainsaw. Actually, I have a couple of joke scenes that I may set up. I would just have to get a couple of pieces together, and I really need to paint a couple of figures. But I have a couple of joke scenes set up that I would love to use with all the Fowler. I really want to do something that takes all the Fowler characters and combines them into one. But even all those sheep, I don't know how well you could see it, but there is a little farm and some cows over here. Right over here. So to have some sheep isn't that big a shock. And I do have a couple of hills. Where's the one camera? Well, it's the one in the middle here, but I do have a couple of little fake hills right in here. But I have what I think is very funny joke scene to do with the whole bit with the rock climbers, the hikers, the sheep, the chainsaw guys, and as many of those people as I could put together. And it's just finding the space and the effort, the energy, the desire to do it. But yeah, and that was also a couple of people, 3 or 4 people, nothing negative. And I don't want to use the word complain, but they kind of complain like, oh, I'd never buy these now. It's the same figure over and over. And it's the luck of the year. It's not like you get the same pack every year. A couple of years ago, Richard on his Christmas live streams, he got a bunch of nuns and then a priest. Because, okay, put them on a convent. Because both Fowler and Noak just take certain figure kits and just break them open and throw them in. And just pop them in. So, yeah, you're going to have themes. And sometimes the theme doesn't work. But one year you might not get figures that work for you. And some years you might get a whole bunch. I can use a lot of these people. And with a little paint, I can probably use them all. So with that said, I hope, a lot of you are new to the channel the last few months, so you're not really familiar with Matt Clark. I put a lot of my heart and soul into Matt Clark. my favorite things on this channel, which is why they're the only things I do on this channel anymore, are live streams, because I like to communicate with people. And the Matt Clark stuff. I love my model trains, okay, don't get me wrong. But this channel has allowed me to combine my three passions into one moment. My love of model trains, my love of hanging out with people and talking shit, whatever we want to talk about, and my comedy, my creative comedy, comedic writing side, the failed comedian, and so Matt Clark really is special to me, because I had stopped writing for years and years and years, because I was just frustrated. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't succeeding. I wasn't making anything. And the first year and a half of Matt Clark just blew me away, because things just flowed out and it kept going. And my sarcasm, my parody, and Jean Ricard, who's in here, talks about there's a lot of me in Matt Clark. There's a lot of me in every single character, male and female. It's dangerous to psychoanalyze the writer or the show, because it's meant to be exaggeration. It's meant to be parody. But yes, it's stuff inside me that I make those jokes. And for those of you who saw Daisy, Daisy is not some dumb strumpet. She's not some piece of crumpet. Hey, I made a poem there. She is, but all my characters, all my main characters, the key is, and maybe that's the psychoanalysis, Jean Ricard, they're happy in who they are. The only one who's not happy necessarily with who they are was Smokey in series 1 and series 2, but he's getting there. It's going to be curious what I do with Smokey in series 3. But Lil is happy with what she is. Daisy is out there. The mayor, if you watch the mayor, you go, oh, typical corrupt politician. But if you watch the series, he's lecherous in the sense that he's very sexually charged. And he and Miss Cockett have quite a wild relationship, but it's mutual. And there's no abuse or what have you. The female characters are all intelligent and strong. The male characters are mostly intelligent and strong. There's a couple of dummies on all sides. We don't make racial jokes. We don't make gender jokes, or that. And that's why I really love it, because there's a lot that's funny in it, and a lot of it's dirty. But there's also a lot of there's jokes. I said after series 1, there's jokes that quite a few people miss and other people grab, because they're jokes written at a different plane. And there's jokes that no one has ever, I say nobody's ever caught, because nobody's ever brought it up to me like, hey, I was just watching where you did that. But I try to write jokes at all levels, the very cerebral, intellectual jokes, and the at and tis sex jokes. But I can do it and make it funny without resorting to stereotypes or racism or genderism. The play is on how we interpret our characters. But the mayor, he's a good guy. And that's the thing that's a couple of people have criticized me for. They're like, everybody's too good. I know. That's my point. We too often celebrate the negative, and I like the good. All my characters are good. They're happy in who they are. They're protective. Big Gulch is a town of wackos, very smart to very stupid, but they're all happy with each other. They all work together. They all band together. They all help each other out when times are tough. And they don't, the negatives are our own biases. If you see the mayor or Daisy, when people say Daisy's a slut, I'm very, very defensive of Daisy. She's not. She's just very open sexually. But she's monogamous with the mayor right now. And I like all the little innuendos, the games, and all that stuff. But it's been a blast to write. Well, the thing is, we can say that, Artie, that a lot of us are old school and we don't take things serious. But there are things we should have taken serious in our day and we didn't because it was just accepted. And we can be better. We can all be better. Even when we're doing there, you know, we all have our lines that people can cross on us and all that. But again, it was the Matt Clark series this year, and I'm not looking for sympathy or you know, I'm not trying to be disingenuous. It was very hard to write it because I just didn't have a vibe. With everything that's happened this year, it's been hard to find a comedic vibe. I think that also affected why the plot was a little, at least, and it was much darker than it came out because I deleted some scenes, and it was still an hour and 12 minutes. I deleted some scenes. I changed it, a couple of things around because I felt it was too dark and not funny enough, and so I got rid of some of the really dark and wicked things and just, you know, and left the jokes in there for whoever could catch them. So we just, it was, I just hope people like it. Not, you know, based on the views my Matt Clark stuff gets, there's a very small group of people that like it, but that's fine. But if you're new to Matt Clark, I would really love you to go and watch Series 1, the first Christmas special, because as funny as this Christmas special is, you have to go watch the first one because it really set up the second one. You've got to you don't understand the interplay between Santa and his former elves. You got to go back to last year's video, and it's on a playlist. It's on my main channel page. But yeah, you can go back and watch it. It's funny, but you learn how these characters have developed. The only character that really doesn't change much is Matt, other than he just got married. So on that note, it is 6:15. I've gone 20 minutes longer than we tried to go. And on behalf of Joyce and all the Dodges and Stevens, because Kyan is a Stevens, we're going to say... to all who celebrate a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If you celebrated Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah to you. If you don't celebrate anything, we just want to wish you good times, stay healthy, and the best in 2023. But we really do wish you a Merry Christmas time. Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas. And as always, Auf Wiedersehen, Choo-Choos, and happy trains from me and Joyce to all of you out there. Take care. And I'm going to be here for a second because I've got to move things so I